Hey everybody, it's JD again here with Mad Bros Media. Today, I've got the lovely Miss Debbie Rochon, our favorite Troma chick. I mean, come on.
Come on. Who else is there? Come on, name one. No, not them. They don't count.
And it's Debbie, you guys. I have to admit, I did the I was like, what else has she been in? And I honestly think that your IMDb page broke the internet for me.
Yeah.
You have worked a lot of movies.
Although Christopher Lee, however, has over 300. I believe 300. So if I can catch up to him, I don't know. But that's kind of my goal, and I'm around 240. So if I could, just do another, just to make it safe, play it safe, do another 100, I'm good. I feel accomplished.
How do you find the time? Do you have any spare time? Or are you just constantly working?
No spare time. But, it's a difficult existence at the same time because, you're making independent movies. Some are bigger than others. I do a lot of writing. Very honored to say that I just won the Rondo Award for my column in Fangoria. I'm
nice.
Off the hook, happy about that. Nice. My new movie, which is screening at Crypticon here, West Coast premiere, Model Hunger. Played last week and got a jury award. So,
Nice.
Things are just really, really good. And so just to keep everything going and it being independent and you not having a massive amount of money to promote things and it's really all on your shoulders, it's really, really time consuming. It's not wealth making, but it depends, what are you in it for? I'm a lifer, but I'm just a, struggling independent person. So, which is totally cool. You have to be cool with that because who's to say what is success? That's a huge question, isn't it? I feel successful, but it translates more to what I do, and not everything is good, but what I do versus money. It would be nice both to come together, but they don't always in life. So,
do you find yourself, when you're in the midst of projects, do you find yourself getting overwhelmed, just want to walk away from it and just throw your hands up, just hey, I need to take a break? Or are you always constantly driven?
I wonder if the mic got my stomach rumbling. Anyway, that'd be interesting. Am I always, I only take things that, at this point especially, that I'm really, really into. So if I get overwhelmed, which I do, it's not in the moment. It's not, say, making the movie that I'm making right now or writing the thing that I'm writing right now. It's sort of okay, I'm focused on this 1,000% because I have to be. That's how I approach things. But in the back of my mind, I know that there's all these other things that need my attention that are not getting it because I'm just one person. And, multitasking is great, but it's not always successful. For me. Some people are better at it than I am. But I'm do one thing to the best of your ability, and then I'm sort of like that, building blocks. But, you get stressed out. But for me, not on the thing I'm focusing on right now. I just everything else goes to the wayside, give it my all, and then deal with the fallout from everything else.
Let's talk about Troma and working with Mr. Kaufman. How is it as fun? Is it big of a blast to work on those sets as it looks?
It is, and it's both because I always call him an insane maniac genius. And the question used to be is it as hard as it looks? And now is it as fun as it looks? And it's both. He absolutely has everything figured out, plus he riffs. So, in other words, he'll have everything figured out, and if it's not figured out by his team, which is all new young people either just out of film school or have even never been to film school, and they have like titles that are way above their, and not in all cases is not a put down. He gives people opportunities, right? So, but with that, and not necessarily with experience, comes a lot of like fuck ups and, you know, problems and stuff, and so he'll get like very anxiety riddled over that, but at the same time he'll riff. So he'll, you know, say, is this and this ready? And it may or may not be, and he'll get upset. But then he'll like change at the drop of a hat and say, let's just do this over here. And everybody has to be really flow with it. So he's just, he is, what I love about Lloyd is that nobody walking the planet makes movies like he does. They're one of a kind. He's always had respect from at least a certain amount of the population, but not all. And I think like in the past 10 years, he's become more and more regarded as the filmmaker that he is.
Do you have a favorite Troma film that you've worked on?
Terra Firma.
Terra Firma?
Yeah, Terra Firma. It was so much fun. It was, when I spoke to him about it, it was a compilation of like all the crazy, problematic actresses, like my character, that he's ever worked with combined into one. And so that was just a lot of fun, just to play a complete nut job where everything's a problem, having sex with everybody, and just like, you know, oh my God. But when I saw it in Cannes for the first time on the big screen, there's that bathroom scene that everybody remembers. Don't know why. And yeah, when I saw it on a big screen in a packed movie house, I was like, kind of mortified. Because I was like, that looks like porn. That looks like straight up porn. But I loved making that movie. I love watching it. Like, all the characters are great. Like, all the actors are hilarious. Will Keenan had so much to do with the casting, and he brought in like a lot of like the downtown New York people, celebrities that are very underground. Not everybody would really know them necessarily. Like members of Lunatics and Toilet Boys, and all these like great bands are in it. It's where I met Trent Haga. So, I mean, for me, that's the funnest movie. I like superhero movies, but they're not my favorite. So, Terra Firma would be number one, Romeo and Juliet would be number two.
Excellent. Yeah, we actually just watched Romeo and Juliet the other night, and it's so funny. Every time I go back to a Troma movie, I just get the warm fuzzies. I love it.
Yeah.
When you're here at conventions and talking about your stuff and interacting and engaging, rubbing elbows with other, you know, other actors and actresses, do you ever find yourself geeking out over meeting anybody? I mean,
you know, I do, but it's more about like a particular role that they've done. Like, obviously it's them, but you know, if they've done something that has blown my mind, I will just want to like talk their ear off about that particular role. After like a lot of years, it's not so much that you're not excited to see people or that you don't want to geek out, because at the end of the day, you have to still be a fan to enjoy what you do. But I geek out more when I get to work on movies with them, like, you know, be in scenes and trade art, if you will. We'll talk highbrow art. We exchange art, share arts, share art, and farts, and anything else. But that to me is more geek out at this point, because conventions have really changed over the years, and they have been put in a position, whether they like to or not, it's not all of the convention's fault. But since really like Buffy and the Walking Dead, it's really commercial now. And a lot of the indie guys get kind of brushed to the wayside. Not in every case. I mean, you know, Crypticon is amazing because it's got this wonderful mix, but a whole different scene now. It's just like about the dollar bill. And I understand that. It's not cheap bringing these people in, you know. And so, I mean, everything's changed. Just everything from the movies to the conventions, every aspect of it has changed.
what about the fan base?
They're really, really good. They're very loyal. You know, they're really loyal. Again, it's sort of like seeing we've gone more, if we're talking only about conventions, seeing we've gone more, for the most part, with most conventions, mainstream. It's like, you know, they really get socked so hard for so much money to get an autograph that they don't have the ability, because everybody in this country is struggling financially. I mean, they really are. And they don't have like the ability to like take a chance on a smaller movie that may be really good, but they haven't heard of it because it's not sort of a big movie. And Hollywood, just like everything, you know, anything independent, be it music, movies, writing, anything that works, it's proven itself in the underground. It's proven itself, gone through the motions, suffered for a long time, and has been a mainstay and doesn't go away. Then the higher ups start taking from that. And that's really what I feel like's happened. And I am a huge fan of, for example, The Walking Dead and many other movies, American Horror Story, all the amazingly written and acted shows that are on TV now. But this was not the case, you know, so many years ago. I mean, you had the odd one, X-Files, you know, going way back. You had Kolchak, and you had the odd one here and there, but Twilight Zone, of course. But, you know, now it's just, it's kind of like when the guys with the money have watched, and they do, like the indie scene, and they see what works and what's popular and what's, you know, getting the attention and the money of the masses, and they think can translate over, then they kind of nab it up, and that's kind of what's happened. So, did I even answer your question?
Actually, yes, you did.
Like, where did it all start? Where did it all begin?
Well, let's talk about what you're working on now. Again, a lot. Talk to us about a couple of your projects.
Well, after 3 years, I have finished Model Hunger. It premiered last weekend. This is the West Coast premiere at Crypticon Seattle, which I'm very grateful and excited for today. Yay! I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, it's really scary having a directorial debut, but I think that's good. I think that's really good. You know, people may love it, people may hate it, but it's what I wanted to make. So even though you want everybody to like it, like I'll be really honest here. You want everybody to love it, but at the end of the day, that's never going to happen. Not everybody's going to love everything. So, did you make what you wanted to make? Yes. So therefore, I'm very proud.
Where can everybody else that hasn't made it here today, where can they look for it?
Well, they can go to modelhunger.com, where we will have the film festivals listing. So you can see if it's hopefully playing around you, and we'll add them as they hopefully continue to grow. And then after that, we will see. I mean, we've had a couple of offers that are with lovely people, and that's the main thing, is that they're very trustworthy. But, you know, before we just jump into anything, we're still going to shop it around. So actually buying it is, I don't know yet, but if you want to see it at a film festival, convention or something, just go to modelhunger.com, and there will, right under the trailer, there's a listing of all the film festivals and conventions.
Excellent.
Where they can hopefully see it. And hopefully really soon, like really, really soon, I hope it comes out.
Again, I'm really stoked. I can't wait to go see it. I'm sold. You sold me.
Lynn Lowry's going to blow your fucking mind. Oh, yeah. Everybody in it will. But, you know, the way that it's written, it's just like, it's a tour de four piece. You know, it's just like, yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. Ms. Debbie, I really appreciate you joining us today. It was awesome talking to you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Miss Debbie Rochon, the lovely Miss Debbie.
We're trying to do an interview in here. Thank you.